Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Lawyer Lifestyle Podcast. This is attorney Dave Scriven-Young from Chicago, and I'm taking you on a daily journey to discover key principles in the areas of marketing, sales, and leadership. So we have been talking about dividing our list into different segments and talking about category A, which is those folks that represent the best relationship as well as the best opportunity. You could further segment that list into a list of your clients, particularly your best clients that you've gotten business from recently, and hopefully clients that you've gotten repeat business from. And then the other segment is, of course, referral sources. And that could be folks who are attorneys, who are in private practice, or even in like a legal aid setting or a government setting, who can refer business to you for a number of reasons. Either maybe they're clients that have issues that don't fall within their practice area if they're in private practice. For other folks, maybe they're not in private practice, and so they really don't take on individual or corporate clients because either they're working for the government or elsewhere, and they just can't do that work. So those would be good referral sources, people who have people who come to them for legal services, but they can't necessarily help them for whatever reason. So those are the two ways that I would segment that A list or that A category down even farther. So what to do? What are the tactics that you might want to consider? Well, talking about your client category, your A list clients. One of the things that you might want to try, and I got this from Steve Fretzen, and I've also seen it done in a couple of different ways, is to find out who, if you're doing great work for a client, and I guess I should take a step back. The one thing that you want to make sure, and I guess this goes, maybe this is an obvious point, maybe it's not, but you want to make sure that you're doing the best possible work that you can for this client. And the reason you want to do that is because there will come a time, and it's not early in the relationship, but it's later in the relationship once you've demonstrated the value that you've given to them in terms of legal services, is that they will know in their minds that you have done good work for them. And there will come upon a time where you will want to come to them and say, look, we've had a relationship for a while, that I've done really good work for you, and there should be, or there could be, a possibility that there are other people that that could also benefit from the good work that I'm doing. And so essentially you're going to be asking a client to share referrals to others. Now again, this is not going to work in every situation, and as I've said, the best thing you want to do is to provide value to the client that you have. And so it may not work for all of your corporate clients. It may not work for individual clients. Oftentimes, I've seen it work well in perhaps the estate planning category, where you've done a will for somebody, or you've done some sort of trust or even litigation for somebody, and then you come back and then you say, perhaps during the relationship, if assuming things are going well, or perhaps at the end of the relationship, and you simply want to sit down with them and ask them what would be the best way for us to consider sharing further information about the good work that I've done. And one way that we often do that is by looking at context to see how I can help you and how you can help me. And one of those things is again considering the good work that I've done and how can I help other people. So in an estate planning position, for example, you're going to want to think about asking them, well, who do you know that has kids and needs a will, or just got married and need a will. People in certain life situations where they're thinking about life planning. And that sort of thing. So that is just one thing that you're going to want to consider going along, one tactic that you might want to use with clients to further benefit from that relationship and market to them. And again, this is just one tactic among others. It's not going to work for every single. It's not going to work for every single person. What I can tell you is I've seen this done perhaps disastrously in the insurance business, and I bring that up because I got a call yesterday from an insurance salesman who was trying to sell whole life policies, and for a number of reasons I won't get into on this podcast, I don't like whole life insurance policies at all. And so this person was really trying to get on my case about why I'm wrong about that, and why I should sit and have coffee with them, etc. Well, I can tell you another experience where a insurance person that I actually did meet with, one of the first things they did was try to have this contact conversation. So they wanted to not only sell me as a client before I really did much business with this person, but then also they wanted my contacts as well. And I don't think that works well in the relationship up front. I know from personal experience that just does not work. But it will work, or it could work better in a situation where it's a long-term client, someone that knows the type of work that you've done and the type of great work that you've done for them. So you want to consider as your action item for today, as you're making your list, and hopefully you've already made your A list. I'm still in the process of doing that myself, but considering which of these clients, after you've segmented your list between clients and referral sources, which one of these clients have I done long-term work for, and that I'm very comfortable going to them asking to consider us sharing contacts, because oftentimes you have contacts as well that you will want to share with them, and you want to find out what are the types of people that you want to meet. So there's a sharing of information, and not just, give me your contacts so I can call them. That's never the way that you want to work that. You want to make it very much a value proposition where you're providing information to them, and then hopefully they'll provide some information to you in return. So that's your action item for today. Please hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or Snapchat at Attorney DSY. Let me know if you're enjoying this podcast, how we can improve it, and also let me know what other topics that you'd like to hear on this podcast. So have a great day or night, and remember to fight for the lifestyle that you want and become the rainmaker you need to be.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.